Okay, so a couple of weeks ago, I was browsing online and I found an interesting article by T Nation or Testosterone Nation. So I don't know if any of you know this, you probably do, but T Nation, I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with them. You know, sometimes they have some good articles and a lot of the time they have weird, contradictory, shitty articles. A lot of it's clickbait, a lot of it's there to try and sell you something, right? Especially all these supplements that they brand. But you can't knock them for, you know, trying to run a business. But I did find an interesting article which I thought was worth sharing because it was one of the few good ones that I actually found for a change. And it's called 4 Things You Don't Know About TRT, Testosterone Replacement Therapy, Myths, Facts, Science by Colucci. So I just wanted to highlight, you know, what this article was all about today and just provide a bit of a summary for you. If you guys like this article, you're welcome to go read the full article on their website. I'll leave a link for that in the description of this video, but I thought I'd just highlight what they do cover in this article quickly because it's really good and it alleviates some of the fears about TRT, and there's only sort of 4 points that they go into. So I thought I'd just, you know, summarize them quickly and give you guys an overview of what all is discussed. So there's 4 points that they've discussed about TRT. Number 1, it's not cheating. And I'll put everything up on the screen so that you can read while I read. So the first one is it's not cheating. So they say, this is probably the most common and most incorrect presumption people have towards testosterone replacement. An adult male taking doctor-prescribed hormone replacement therapy to address a diagnosed medical condition and improve his quality of life is no more cheating than an adult male taking doctor-prescribed asthma medication to address a diagnosed medical condition and improve his quality of life. Now, I think, you know, that makes common sense, and I've raised this before in a video I did on the channel a while back where I said TRT is not cheating, and I kind of did an analogy where I compared it to getting glasses, right? If your vision is bad, or your vision, you know, you lose your vision slightly and you go to the optometrist and they give you glasses, that's not cheating because it's not like they're giving you superhuman X-ray vision, you know, that allows you to see for miles and miles like Superman, right? It's not like they give you these glasses that have binoculars or telescopes in and you can see for miles. All they're doing is correcting your vision so that it goes back to normal, to what it's supposed to be normally. And that's what TRT is like too, right? It's not like it's giving you, you know, over and above the natural levels of testosterone that you would normally have. Testosterone replacement therapy just gets you to what every normal person has, right? And within the normal range. So it can't be considered cheating. So it's good to see someone else highlighting that as well. The second thing they said is TRT isn't just about testosterone. They say, believe it or not, it's slightly more complex than get doctor's prescription for testosterone, inject testosterone, live happily ever after. There are things you'll need to know, understand, and monitor every 1 to 3 months for as long as you're undergoing treatment, which is basically for life. Now, I'm actually guilty of this, right? For me, TRT should actually be about get prescription, inject testosterone, live happily ever after. But as I'm learning, and as many of you are learning that go on TRT as well, this isn't always the case, right? You've got to have your blood work done. You've got to understand what's going on there. People think you can just inject the testosterone levels, and if your levels get to a certain level, then you're fine. No, there's a whole bunch of other complicated things that sort of occur when you start messing with your hormones and trying to get them balanced, right? And so they do cover things like, you know, other sort of hormones and that get affected by your TRT treatment, such as free T, total T, estrogen, SHBG or sex hormone binding globulin, FSH, LH, DHT. There's a whole list of these things, as you can see on the screen over there when I put it up. And even I personally don't know about a lot of these things, right? And that is the whole point of doing this channel. It's because it's a learning experience for all of us. You know, we come in, we think we need one thing, and then you find out it's a journey that you go through. And there's a whole bunch of things that are affected and that affect you and your body and your hormones when you go on TRT. So it's important that you are aware of these things and that you learn about them. And as I learn on the channel, so I'm trying to share that information with you as best as I can. Obviously, I am not a doctor, so I don't share any medical advice on this channel. I just give you my sort of opinions, but don't use them as medical advice. Obviously, always talk to your doctor or your endocrinologist when it comes to things like TRT, testosterone replacement therapy, and all that kind of jazz. Okay, the third point that he brings up is number 3, it's not a quick fix. Very important. When people think of steroids, they often think of cycles. Use them for a while, then don't use them, or use less for a while, and repeat until swell. But TRT is not steroids, it's medication. A patient with low T doesn't do a TRT cycle any more than a type 1 diabetic does an insulin cycle. It's a treatment taken consistently to address a condition. Low T doesn't get cured, it gets managed. It's not like an infection where you prescribe meds for 10 days and you're off of them as soon as your body is healthier and symptoms have disappeared. It's more along the lines of, for lack of a better analogy, diabetes. You have a medical issue causing problems, so you undergo long-term care for that issue. Long-term, in the case of TRT, means forever. Very important. A lot of guys ask about this on the channel too, is it forever? There are exceptions, but usually, yes, it is. So that is why you have to be really careful and make sure that you have a valid case for TRT before you go on it, because usually once you start, you're going to be on it forever. It's very difficult to come off, if even possible at all. Okay, finally, number 4, it's not actually as big a deal as most think. Yes, TRT is a significant medical treatment that involves recurring blood tests, fairly frequent injections, and a never-ending fight against potentially serious side effects. But that said, it's actually becoming more and more acceptable in the public eye, and that's a great thing. Hear, hear. Much the same way that lifting weights has become more broadly recognized by mainstream media and the muscle-bound athlete myth is mostly extinct, men wanting to be hormonally healthy is seen as less of a midlife crisis and more as part of a genuine health issue. So that's the last point in the article, and as you can probably tell, I think they're all really, really good points that he brought up, which is why I wanted to share the article with you guys today. There's a lot more to it than that. I've just highlighted the summary in that. So if you want to read the full article, you can get it on their website. And as I said in the beginning of the video, there is a link for this in the description of this video. So once again, let me just give you the title of that. It's by T Nation, which I'm sure you all probably have heard about. And the article is called 4 Things You Don't Know About TRT, Testosterone Replacement Therapy Myths, Facts, Science by Colucci. So check it out if that's something that will interest you.